Lacey Township meeting, October 12th, 2017. I'll read the statement. I'll have a salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to public laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Lacey Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First reading of Ordinance 2017-26, authorizing the exchange of certain lands.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the exchange of certain lands with Fox Hollow Chase Incorporated in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 48:12-16. We are exchanging various parcels in Block 1901 for Block 1721.01, Lot 1.01, with Fox Hollow Chase Incorporated.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Abstain.
Mayor Kurtolo.
Yes. Item number 2, second reading of Ordinance 2017-24, setting various salaries.
An ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensations of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. This is setting the salary for the Director of Public Works and the Building Subcode official.
Being a second reading, open the ordinance to public comment.
Seeing none, make a motion to close the public.
Second.
In favor?
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll move
Motion
it.
on the ordinance.
Motion on the ordinance?
We
Move
have
it.
first and second.
Second.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo.
Yes. Item number 3, second reading of Ordinance 2017-25, authorizing an acquisition of an easement.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of an easement on a portion of Block 1601, Lot 1, and Block 1601, Lot 12.01 from Carol E. King in accordance with NJSA 48:12-5A1. This is the building that's on the corner of the railroad right-of-way and Lacey Road. I believe it's New York Tattoo right now is the name of the building. We need some permanent easements for the radius for the turn access onto Lacey Road and some temporary construction easements, and this is just authorizing those. And the owner of the property is doing this for no charge to the township. Usually when you take permanent easements, you pay them for the land, and they're not asking for any payment.
Move it.
Open the floor, second reading.
Second reading.
Seeing none, close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion
You two
on the
are-
ordinance.
Second.
I'm
Mr.
taking over,
McDonald.
Pete. Yes, I'm
Mr.
taking over,
Kennis.
Pete.
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo.
Yes.
Yeah, moving fast.
Item number 4, Resolution 2017-273, accepting the resignation of an employee.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, accepting the resignation of an employee. We have an employee that's been with us for approximately 18 months, and he has taken a job elsewhere.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo.
Yes. Resolution 2017-274, authorizing the township's submission of a visioning statement.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing submission of a vision statement and supporting materials to the Office of Planning Advocacy. This is the presentation that was given this evening at the caucus.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr.
and all-
Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo.
Yes. Item number 6, Resolution 2017-275, authorizing the refund of a tax title lien.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of a tax title lien number 2011-0496.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Giuliano.
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo.
Yes. Item number 7, Resolution 2017-276, authorizing the refund of a homestead rebate for a disabled veteran exemption.
Resolution of Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax collector to refund a homestead rebate for a disabled veteran's exemption. There's two, one on block 1024.05, lot 21, and block 361, lot 23.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 8, Resolution 2017-277, authorizing the refund of deposits.
Resolution of Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 9, Resolution 2017-278, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $5,195,105.37.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes on all of them except vendor 4498.
Okay. Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
No. Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes, with noted abstentions, number 01021 and T0035.
Okay.
Item number 10, monthly reports.
Municipal Clerk's Office for the month of September 2017 had receipts in the amount of $7,003.31. Community Development for the month of September had receipts in the amount of $119,886.18. Road opening permits were collected in the amount of $60,750. Recycling commodity collected in the amount of $745 for the month of September. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 11, motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of September 28th, 2017.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 12, motion to approve township meeting minutes of September 28th, 2017.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 13, motion to approve raffle license application for the Blind Dog Alliance, Lacey Township High School Booster Association, and the Knights of Columbus.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have add-ons.
Okay, first I'm gonna do the two ordinances that we're adding on. First is a first reading of ordinance, 2017-27. It's an ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 79 of the Township Code entitled Officers and Employees so as to create the position of Senior Maintenance Repairer. This is in line with some changes within civil service regulations. That we used to have a Maintenance Repairer A and a Maintenance Repairer B. Maintenance Repairer A is changing to Senior Maintenance Repairer.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
Next is ordinance 2017-28. It's an ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled an ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. This is placing the senior maintenance repairer into the union contract in the proper location, and it's also creating the salary for the position of mechanics helper.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
All right, now I have some resolutions to add on here, so be patient. Okay. First is Resolution 2017-279. It's a resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey. Is it 279? Yes. Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing various provisional appointments in the Department of Public Works for the Township of Lacey pending promotional procedures by the Civil Service Commission. We are promoting Taylor Riley to the position of mechanics helper from laborer, and we're putting John Vincentini from maintenance and repair to senior maintenance and repair.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
Okay, next is Resolution 2017-80. It's a resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the contract with Stephen Zabarski of Citahol, Zappel, and Zabarski as Township Prosecutor to add Brian Wilkie as an additional alternate prosecutor. This is a new addition to their firm. In order for them to have him represent us before the courts as our prosecutor, we need to add him. So can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
And the final resolution I have to add on is 2017-282, and it's a resolution of the Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey authorizing the increase in the bid threshold to $40,000 pursuant to NJSA 48:11-3C. Last meeting, we had promoted the individual to qualified purchasing agent, which allows the township to now increase their bid threshold from $17,500 to $40,000. But in order for us to do that, we need to do it by resolution, and that's what this resolution sets in place tonight. Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
I am done.
We will then entertain comments from the committee. Deputy Mayor Giuliano.
Thank you, Mayor. First, tonight, I know it's 29, but they have open house down at the Lenoka Firehouse. It was from 6 to 10. I know if anybody's here and wants to attend, I'm heading down there after we leave here. Back in DPW, right now we have some temporary changes with Rob Krasta. One of the supervisors stepped up to the plate, and he's heading up Public Works until our new gentleman starts October 23rd. He starts, Dan Miguel. He's doing a great job back there, so is the rest of the supervisors. I have to thank Casey Parker for training all them gentlemen back there, because they know what has to be done, and they haven't missed a beat yet. So I'm real proud of Casey for how he trained them, and the gentlemen back there for handling the job, which we knew they could do. I guess Lacey Day was a huge success. I'm sure Tim's going to talk about it, but it was a way everybody I've spoken to have said, no doubt, the best turnout ever. And the Apple Festival people said they can't even believe. I think they sold out in half an hour.
Yeah.
First half an hour they sold out. There again, I would like to thank the DPW, the Lacey Township Police, the Recreation Department, everything they did to make that a success, because we're all involved in that. I did, real quick, wanted to read a letter which was left in my mailbox by our Chief DeBella. He wrote this to Rob Krasta. I would like to express my sincere thanks to you and the members of the Lacey Township Department of Public Works for participating in Lacey Day on September 30th, 2017. Lacey Day was a true success. However, that would not have been possible without the support of you and other DPW employees who greatly assisted in our efforts to improve safety and security for the thousands of visitors who attended the event. Please share this letter and to support them. I read this for the simple reason it's how our departments work together. The police and recreation and public works, they all appreciate what everybody does back there together, and that's why I think we have probably one of the best teams back there. And I'm proud to say I'm part of heading up one of them, and as the rest of us head up our own departments. I think it's no doubt the best. That's all I have tonight, Mayor.
Deputy Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Committeeman Quinn.
Thank you, Mayor. Just, touching on what Nikki just said about Lacey Day, Applefest, it really was a fantastic day. Everyone that was there had a great time. The weather worked out perfect. We didn't have 100 degrees like we've had in the last, couple of years. So moving it to the fall, Tim, was certainly a great idea. I want to, especially thank Tim McDonald and Jimmy Whelan, because they worked on this thing from the time that we finished up last year right through the entire year, getting ready for this year. And if you were with Tim later on in the afternoon on that day, his wheels were already spinning about all the new things he wants to do for next year to try and expand on it some more. So I think it's only going to get better as we go forward in the coming years. But it truly was great to have the two events combined into one. I think everyone really enjoyed it. And like Nikki said, there was a lot of movement with the Apple Fest. A lot of people, they bought everything. There wasn't a piece of pie left. There wasn't a single apple left, so it was really good. Just, adding to what Tim said, well, certainly police department, the Public Works and Recreation Department, but I also want to extend thanks to the Rotary Club and the kids from the high school, because they stepped it up this year and did all the serving of the food. We went to a different type of food this year versus the hamburgers and hot dogs, because we had some issues last year with the the heat and everything, we had some folks that had to be taken to the hospital because it was just so hot that day. So it really, worked out to be a real nice event. I think everybody had a great time, and it was just, and emergency services, all of our, firemen, our ambulance squads, they were all there for the entire day as well. So, Tim, hats off to you because you really did a great job with it. The only other comment I have, I just want to touch on, there was, if you read this week's Lacey Beacon, there's an article on the front page of Lacey Beacon. There was a press conference apparently last week up in Toms River, and Governor Christie was there. And the governor put out some comments about Oyster Creek is in the process of possibly closing before the closure date of December of 2019, which nobody knows where the governor brought this information, where he got it from, or why he's even putting it out there. But I received a call the next morning from the vice president at Exelon just to make us aware of the fact that there's been no change moving forward whatsoever in the closure of Oyster Creek. They're still scheduled to operate that plant until December of 2019, and they have no idea what the governor was talking about when he put that out there. But I don't want people reading something in the Asbury Park Press of Lacey Beacon and thinking that there's information that's not being given to them by this governing body, because we work hand in hand with Exelon, and if there is a change, we're going to bring it to the public right away so the public's aware of it. But things are still on track to shut down in 2019. We are working on other options right now, which we're meeting is actually tomorrow and some stuff. So, but don't panic. It's not something that's going to change in the next couple of months. So, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman Quinn. Committeeman Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight we voted to send our town center plan to the state for endorsement. This process has been in an incubation stage for many, many years, and over this past year we really spent a lot of time and thoughtful consideration to finalize it. So I'd just like to acknowledge a number of people that contributed to the process. The Economic Development Committee probably started this process many, many years ago, long before I was on the committee. I want to thank the residents that showed up to our visiting sessions. It's always helpful to get input from the residents of the township. I want to thank our planning firm, Hire and Gruel, for walking us through the process, and in particular Helen Zinkevich, who is our liaison. I want to thank Veronica and Chris Reed. There were many times where I'm sure I made them drop what they were doing because I wanted some information. And I also finally want to thank our fellow committee members, Nick, Pete, and Tim, that supported us every step of the way, and trusted Gary and myself in the process. So, thank you.
Thank you. Committeeman McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to just follow up on Mr. Kennis. I want to thank Mr. Kennis and Mr. Quinn especially for leading this. This is vital to Lacey Township, this vision statement, and hopefully we get this thing through and we can get moving forward. Mr. Kennis has spent almost 18 months on it. I know Mr. Quinn has spent longer than that trying to push this thing through and get this thing together, and I just want to thank them because, as I said, it's very vital. Lacey Day. Let's talk about a little about Lacey Day. As somebody said to me, the weather was exquisite, and it really was. It was about 70 degrees, sunny, no humidity, and the number of people that attended it, I've heard as low as 3,000 and as high as 4,000 people. So I'm going to call it 3,500. Split it right down the middle. We went through 2,600 sandwiches. We ran out of water. We had to go get water again. I want to thank Home Depot for that. They came through with that. I want to thank the police department, Public Works, and I want to thank Jim Woon especially because he puts a lot of time into this. But I also want to thank our businesses that donated, and this is in order for the food. This is the first one I really will have given the most, and this is Jersey Mike's, Anthony's Pizza, Concadora, Walmart, Fusiela's Deli, and Home Depot. And then we got some monetary sponsors I also want to recognize: Lacey Elks, Rotary Club, Media Care of Lacey, Caffrey's Tavern, Ernsto's Painting, Thompson's Healthcare, and Himber and Stork. I just can't thank these people enough because, it was wild. I remember sitting there looking over at the Applefest people, and I said, I'm going to go over there and try to get a piece of apple pie. And I walked over there, and it took me 5 minutes to go from one end to the other end because it was so crowded with people. So I just think that it was a great success. And just for knowledge, it will no longer be called Lacey Day. It will be Lacey Fest in 2019. 18, and it is the last Saturday in September. We're going to make that permanent, and that's just the way it's going to be. And I do have some other things we're working on for next year. And the other thing I do want to talk about is the house decorating for Christmas. We're working on that. I'd hope to get the stuff out today's meeting, but Jim has just been so busy he hasn't had a chance to put it all together. And we'll have it for next meeting so people can start figuring out how they want to decorate for the houses. We're going to have recreation buses run around to the areas, to the houses that want to sign up for this, and then you'll get to vote on one, and we'll figure out a prize for the best house or something like that. So, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Committeeman McDonald. I too want to echo some of those sentiments from my fellow committeemen. Lacey Township is quickly becoming a destination for business. I believe that. With the work that's being put in with this plan endorsement, in particular with my colleagues that have been working very, very hard on it, and we heard them all named here tonight, you see some of the fruits of that borne out now. What we have here is a group of individuals that works hard, a group of people that works into the night, during the day, going to Trenton, going to the meetings, and making preparations for the future. We have very little more to lose than our future. And I believe that we're in good hands. I am very optimistic about the future. There's no shortage of people working hard on it. And you see it in every part of our town. You saw the participation in Lacey Day. You see it from our seniors. You see it from our Veterans Commission. The after-action reports, the quality control. We had members of DPW, police, to the best of my knowledge, even people from the schools, an after-action report on Lacey Day. Where can we improve? Where can we better serve the public? Lacey Day, for the vast majority of, and you've heard some of it come from my colleagues, it's at no cost. I mean, these are things that are donated by our partners in business here in Lacey Township. So with that, I will also want to mention that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're all touched by people in our lives that have cancer. We're fortunate enough to have the Public Health Coordinator here tonight for Ocean County. I was grateful for that. And we just want to mention that and say that we have supported many times different efforts throughout our township for cancer awareness and prevention. With that, I will open up the floor to public comment. Yes. Name and address, please.
Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive, Sunrise Beach. I just have a question about the agenda, the numbering of the resolutions. On the agenda, it says Resolution 2017-279 was for authorizing the convenience.
I changed that before because I had duplicated a number by
Right,
accident.
because then you gave 279 on the provisional
Yes,
add-on.
yes, I had already realized that. This agenda was
Okay.
typed before I had those add-ons,
All right,
obviously.
so it's
Yeah.
all correct.
Yeah, yeah, that's already been noted.
Yes, sir. Name and address, please.
This one, right?
Yeah.
That one was that.
I think you just twist on the
That's what
bottom
I gave
edges.
it to, yeah.
There you go.
Signs. Jesse Armstrong, Buttonwood Drive. As I was walking around knocking on doors, I was talking to someone in Pheasant Run about Third Lake, and as we were just talking, he was saying that I guess over in the 1800 block in that area in like Deerhead Lake, I guess a bunch of streetlights are out, like the lamps on Deerhead and Lakeside Drive South. So I don't know if I was actually.
What they have to do is they can either, one, report it via our online work order, where they have to give us the poll number and a street location. They can do it via the JCP&L website as well, or they can pick up the phone and call the clerk's office, but to call it in.
So it's just online.
Yeah, they can do it online, or they can make the phone call to the clerk's office, and then we email it into JCP&L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
JCP&L has a 3-day turnaround time with regards to when it's reported. So if it gets reported on a Friday, the weekend doesn't count as a 3-day turnaround time. But yeah, they usually turn it around 3 days if it's just a simple thing that the street light's out and it doesn't require additional repairs. If you see yellow tags or anything on a pole where the light is out, it's more than just changing out the bulb.
And Jesse, just to let you know, JCP&L, I mentioned corporate partners before, that's a partner. They afford us a liaison. We can reach out to that liaison. That liaison also gives us information during storm events too, that one or any number of us will personally dispense out through the community. They'll already be with the police department. We will call our residents and anything we need to do. So we want to make sure that A, there's transparency, and B, there's a quality control to get that information right out there. And that has worked well. I've seen that for the 4 years I've been on this dais.
Yeah, I figured it was an easy enough solution. I figured it was coming. Also, another thing that I was thinking is there any way that we could get this on Facebook Live? I think that like, I think under 100 people go on YouTube to watch it.
That
I
would
think
be,
that's up to
Mr.
Jeremy.
Roman,
Yeah,
how is that posted off of your website now in addition to it being on Channel 21?
We go on to YouTube with it as well as Channel 21. You talk about going Facebook Live. Basically, what you need is something to convert down to a video source. We're right now working on streaming for the sports teams, some of the stuff over at the high school, but pretty expensive stuff.
Okay.
Where we're concerned right now for the conversion.
And we're very fortunate, the school buys the equipment, we don't even buy the equipment, so.
How expensive do you think?
The TriCaster we bought to do the streaming to YouTube, we bought used for $15,000 2 years ago. So, and we got lucky to get that piece of equipment at a used price.
Easy enough. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Please come forward.
I'm not that tall. Bill Moss, Biscayne Drive, Forked River Beach. I'd like to discuss, if I could, the property taxes. And I have the Ocean County breakdown of the general tax rate. I'd like to give each one of you so you know what I'm talking about as I speak.
Thanks, Bill.
Go to sleep. Just gonna snore again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what I want to do is I'm not go through a whole bunch of things, but just go through some of the major things that the general tax rate shows. Number one, if you look at the, across the top, you see a bunch of handwritten numbers. Those are the number of towns that pay more than Lacey Township in that particular row. The number on the bottom is the number of towns that pay less than Lacey Township do. If you look at the Ocean County rate, you'll see that there's 28 towns that pay more than Lacey Township does in the county taxes. Look at the school rate taxes, you'll find out that there's 4 towns that pay more than Lacey Township. Now, if you gentlemen notice, there's a little check mark on the top town, and going down, you'll see 4 check marks. Those are the townships that pay more than we do. The rest of them all pay a little bit less.
That's on the school rate?
Pardon?
That's on the school rate?
That's your school rate, $1.27.9
Right.
we pay in school out of every $100 of assessed value. And then when you look at the municipal rate, you see the township municipal rate is 35.7 cents. And then the general tax rate, you look and see it's $2.04.3 cents per $100 of assessed value. Now, people like to come in and complain about the taxes, and the first place they come is to this podium. Keep in mind, I'm going to flash 3 places. Number one, your school taxes are $1.27.9. That's the majority of your taxes that you pay. Number 2, if you look at the Ocean County, it's 34.5. But also remember, Ocean County got a way of going around their taxes by giving you a library tax, a health tax, and an open space tax, but you still pay those taxes to Ocean County. That brings that 34.5 up to 40.7 cents per $100 of assessed value. Then run over to your township, 35.7 cents, which means the least one that you pay the least amount of your taxes to is Lacey Township. So if people want to complain about their taxes, start at the school, go to the Ocean County freeholders and then complain to them, and then come in here and complain to the township. But when you complain to the township, turn around and look at what you get from the township versus what you get from the county. I'm not saying that the county doesn't really do us a lot, but it seems like they're, you know, you gotta remember, I'm saying it is a big county and there is 32 towns altogether. That was the main thing to bring up. I didn't do the last column, gentlemen, because the last column is when we do ratios, and I just didn't have time to be digging in all those ratios. As you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I'm moving to Surf City.
Barry Bender, Historic Bay Avenue. Just wanted to find out if the plan endorsement, does that, if I wanted to get a copy of the plan endorsement, will that be on the website or does that have to be over?
I scanned the resolution that we adopted this evening.
Great.
And tomorrow it should be uploaded to where our public documents are under
Great,
resolutions.
beautiful. Thank you very much. Just another comment. People pay taxes, they don't pay rates. Just remember that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments from the floor?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn. Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Surf City's a nice little town.
Such a shit.
Not for nothing, you could hang
It
meat
is
in here tonight.
cold.
This was the
I tell you, I'm actually, like, I'm sitting here like,